Michael Gove blasted crony capitalists for rigging the economy in their favor and causing rise of far-left parties across the West. The cabinet minister said while capitalism has brought both growth and progress in the past, it is not delivering now, as he called on the government to take on fact cat bosses. Images. The Environment Secretary made a bold speech calling on capitalism to be reformed in the face of spiraling global debt and decreasing human productivity. Speaking at a think tank in central London, he warned that unless the failure of the current system is addressed, it will fuel the rise of populist movements opposed to the free markets which have driven economic growth in the past. Mr. Gove said since the global crash of 2008, the outlook had grown darker for the majority of people, particularly the young and those with low skills. He told an audience at the Policy Exchange this morning it is imperative we address that failure honestly and unsparingly, determined to identify where, and how, we have gone wrong, because, unless we rescue and reinvigorate capitalism, then we will find the engine which has generated so much of mankind's progress either stalls or moves into reverse. If attacking big corporations and powerful multinationals, he said economic power has been concentrated in the hands of a few and crony capitalists have rigged the system in their favor and against the rest of us. Over recent decades, debt has fueled growth in an unsustainable fashion. Indeed, growth has been built not just on irresponsible levels of borrowing but an unsustainable approach towards natural resources. Our politics, culture and regulatory models have worked against innovation, indeed have been pushed in that direction by powerful incumbents. Many of our fellow citizens, especially those without the qualifications and connections to work the existing system, have seen less and less value placed on their work and themselves. Gove said such economic trends had fueled the rise of populist, left-wing movements across Europe, including Labour in Britain, which was now more in tune with radical parties like Syriza in Greece and Podemos in Spain than the movement of Attlee, Wilson, Callaghan and Brown. He said the current failure of capitalism to deliver prosperity and opportunity, as it has, can and should, has fed the revival of ideological movements which threatened, indeed harmed, free markets and human flourishing in the past. However, Mr. Gove warned that the daring thinking needed to challenge received wisdom was being inhibited by the prevailing culture. He said, I fear the culture of our times does not welcome dissent and challenge as it should. Speakers are denied platforms at our universities, texts and thoughts which might trigger or unsettle are deprecated or denied a hearing. Social media squadrons police and punish unconventional thinking. Original thinking is scrutinized for political acceptability and, if it is deemed to fall outside prescribed boundaries, the author is attacked, often with efforts to deny the individual professional standing. The human spirit cannot soar when these traps and shackles are deployed so energetically to limit freedom of thought and speech.